All praises due to the Most High, family. We talking more football. Quick disclaimer, in case it's your first time watching my football content, I work overnight. I can't catch all the games live. I can't catch most of the games live, not even really some. So I watch the highlights, I check the box score, the statistics, and I give y'all my perspective. And Loki, I feel like I've been pretty on the spot so far. So if you disagree with me, though, I mean, let me know in the comments. Let me hear it. But so I just finished watching these Eagles Chiefs highlights. And let me tell y'all, that was a football game. That was in a game with the reigning Super Bowl MVP and Jalen Hurts, who's a quarterback. In a game with possibly the best quarterback of all time in Patrick Mahomes. This was the most old school game. Now, this is a quarterback league, family. This is a quarterback do or die league. As you go, as your quarterback goes. That was the most old school football game I might have ever seen in the NFL. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That was a slug it out war of attrition. That was easily the most physical game I've watched this season. That was a very physical game. Okay. Shout out Jalen Hurts. Shout out Saquon Barkley. Shout out Pat Mahomes. Who else? AJ Brown. I'm glad that after game one, where not game one. Yeah. After game one, where you didn't get all the targets that you wanted, I'm glad that Jalen went to you early. I'm glad that you came through. You had a nasty catch while you was falling on the ground. Shout out AJ Brown. Look, shout out Jalen Hurts, man. He's a winner. I'll take him as my quarterback. As a Saints fan, I'll take Jalen Hurts right now. If we winning and you got just over 100 yards passing, I'm not mad. That dude wins football games. And I love his demeanor. I love his confidence. I'm a fan of Jalen Hurts. Now, I respect how good Patrick Mahomes is. He's just I mean, well, who don't want the best quarterback ever? I don't know. Some about him that I respect his game and I acknowledge the skill and all of that, but he just don't give me that feeling that I get from, like, Jalen Hurts, for example, or Drew Brees, as a Saints fan. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Like, I get this feeling of rooting for them. Maybe it's just because he's so good that I like, it's kind of easy to root for him. It's like too easy to root for him because he's so good. Like, all he does is win. Literally, he's got like the highest winning percentage. So maybe I just view him too much as a favorite and not enough as an underdog for my personal taste. But what I loved about this game is, now, look, I don't think it's a winning recipe. If you're the Chiefs, it's not a winning recipe necessarily that Pat Mahomes is your leading rusher. But when Pat Mahomes laid the wood, I don't know who the defender was, but Pat Mahomes was running. And he was trying to get send a message to his team through his running plays, and none of them were designed running plays. They're all scrambles, all championship medal. So this game, I did kind of feel, but see, and maybe it's just the underdog favorite positioning. Like, if Pat Mahomes is an underdog in a rare instance, then it's a little bit easier for me to root for him and to be cheering him on. And so really that only happens against the Eagles nowadays. But so I liked what I saw from Pat. One thing I noticed about the game I seen on social media, this was like a Chiefs player talking mess to Jalen Hurts. He's talking about like, oh, you didn't even have 100 yards. He talking about passing, which he did. Check the stats. But it was just over 100 yards. But family, before that last touchdown drive of Pat Mahomes, he barely had 100 yards. It was like 117 yards. And then, of course, he has two big passes to have a touchdown on a drive. But he almost doubled his yards on his last possession. So for 75%, not even 75, for 85% of that game, Pat Mahomes just barely had 100 yards too, which is why it gave me such old school football feels. We running the ball. Shout out Saquon Barkley. We running the ball. We playing defense. We hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that was such a good game. I enjoyed that game way more than the Bills and Ravens game, because as physical as, well, the Ravens have a good defense. The Bills, I guess, not so much, but not a bad defense. But that's not my style of game. Is 40-40. That's an offensive shootout, which is cool here and there. But this game had the complete opposite feel. This felt like a Super Bowl rematch for real. This felt like the stakes were up there. The physicality, like not just on the defense. Like the offense was being physical. It's 3rd and 1. It's 4th and 1. We going for it on 4th down. We making big throws. We going for it. Man, that was some football for real. A tough win by the Eagles. The Chiefs are not looking good, but I mean, we seen this when they played the Chargers. Pat Mahomes needs help. Patrick Mahomes needs help. Yes, he's the best quarterback in the world. Yes, he's a perpetual MVP candidate. Yes, he's going to get the MVP of every Super Bowl that he wins. He needs help. You can't win, especially against a good defense. I mean, Pat Mahomes can maybe win in a shootout, but any team with a good defense, with a decent to good defense, it's Pat Mahomes versus 11 defenders. You can't win that way. You cannot win that way, especially if he's your leading rusher. Not going to happen. It's just too much to handle. It's too much to ask of him on a regular basis. Like I'd be worried about him getting hurt if you're asking all of that of him. But still, Pat Mahomes put up a good game. Travis Kelce tried to help. That was a big drop from one of the best tight ends ever. That was a big end zone drop or pop up, and then the Eagles intercepted it. Dang, what else did I want to say? Saquon Barkley, bro. Like, don't sleep on him just because he hasn't had a 100-yard game yet. Like, he was the number 1 rated player in the top 100 for a reason, and it showed in this game. Jalen Hurts, I love how calm and steady and confident he is. I don't need all the stats in the world from him. I just need him to lead my team to victory. The defense was physical. A.J. Brown came up with big catches. Pat Mahomes did get some help from his receiving core, I guess, today, at least with the deep ball. But y'all got to figure out that running game. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The Chiefs are in trouble, y'all. With the Bills winning, I really feel like this is the Ravens or Bills season. It's still early. The Chiefs got 15 more games to play. But this is an opportunity for the Bills or the Ravens to crack through. They just need to make sure that they hot at the right time of year. Don't go through a drought and then Pat Mahomes pick it up at the end of the season.